Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back. So today I thought we could do like a blue eyeshadow moment kind of thing. Yeah, let's get started. Before we do that, actually, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give it a like and leave me a comment down below on what color kind of eyeshadow you'd like to see next. So the main eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using today is the Alamar Cosmetics. This palette has this beautiful blue, like metallic-y. It does have very fine glitter in it, but it's a beautiful shade, and I wanted to do an eyeshadow kind of like surrounding that color. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna use this to conceal the lids and kind of prime for the eyeshadow. I'm not gonna apply too much, but just enough to even everything out. And then with my sponge, I'm just gonna blend that in. So I'm gonna use this one. It's kind of fluffy, but still kind of pointy at the top. I'm gonna use this and going into Coco Taxi, which is this kind of like orangey kind of color. And I'm gonna take that quite heavily, like I'm really dipping my brush in there. And what I'm gonna do is apply this right on my crease, but today I'm not gonna be winging it out. I'm basically gonna be creating kind of like a circular shape, so right as how my eye is shaped, because you know our eyes are not shaped like, you know, too long. But I'm just going to go in with my brush into the crease and start doing this kind of motion, so side to side, but creating that kind of more circular shape instead of going, you know, like this, how I normally do in most of my looks. Today I'm just gonna go side to side. And you guys can see that I'm going straight into the center and kind of keeping the brush mainly in that area because you really want the depth to be there. And then when there's like almost nothing left on the brush, I go into the inner corner and the outer corner, and I start kind of brushing upwards. For the most part, I'm keeping it right here. So it should be looking something like that. You guys can already see the shape that I'm creating is more of like this, of a circle, than, you know, the winged out shape. I'm just gonna build up that color until I like how it's looking, but I am still bringing it up quite a bit, so I still want the shade to be kind of blown out. I don't want it to be like just there in a line. Instead, I want it to be nice and diffused. Yep, just like that. Alright, so if you guys can see, sometimes it helps to kind of tilt your head back a little bit and just see really where that shape is of your crease. So you can definitely do that. Just kind of look back and, you know, apply the brush on there, and it'll give you a more kind of precise where you want that kind of like circle to be at. Next, I'm gonna go in a little bit to Tropico, which is this next shade right here, but I'm actually gonna take a different brush for that because I want it to be a little bit more precise. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this because this is quite pigmented. So I'm just gonna take a tiny little dab into that, and I'm gonna take the brush and basically apply that right in the center first again, and then I'm just gonna go side to side. So I'm not doing a lot of circular motions for this shadow because I definitely want to keep most of the pigment in that specific area where I'm placing it, and kind of create the shadow without it being too blown out. Dipped into the shadow again, and here I go again onto that center. So that's where your main depth of your eye is going to be at. So I'm just focusing that brush in that area. Just make sure when you're doing this that you're applying a very light pressure on the brush so that you don't have like a lot of pigment once you're going in with the brush. So just go in with the light hand and kind of blend side to side, and it'll start looking really nice and blended as you go side to side. I'm gonna go in with just a clean brush. This one doesn't have anything on it, and go over the edges to help me blend, you know, a little bit more. It should be looking something like this right now. So now that we have that there, I'm gonna take a little bit of cafecito, which is this color right here. It's just like a dark brown, and I'm gonna take that, but a very tiny amount, very tiny amount, and I'm basically gonna place that right here again, just to create more depth into that crease. So it looks something like that. So once that's done, I'm just gonna take the same fluffy brush and go over everything with it. There you guys can see that I still have that nice space right here, which is kind of white. I'm still gonna go in with concealer, so whatever. And that's actually what we're gonna do now. So I'm gonna take a little bit of e.l.f., the same concealer that I used, and just gonna put some on the back of my hand. Take a concealer brush, and we're gonna kind of cut the crease, but not really, kind of in a low-key way. I'm gonna place them, look up so that it marks exactly where I have that crease, and then with that brush I'm gonna start again kind of cutting the crease, but in that same shape of a circle. My eyes are burning. I don't know why. What the fuck? It's so weird. This never happened before. I think it might be the light. It's just been a minute since I've had this light on. But still, it's never happened before. That's so odd. Okay, so once I have that on there, just like that, I'm just gonna let it chill for a second and do the same thing on the other eye. I think it's pretty good. Pretty good. I'm just gonna take a clean brush and kind of go over the edge because I don't want it to seem too harsh. So I'm just gonna kind of blend the concealer into the shadow a little bit. Like that. Now let's go in with the beautiful shade that we're gonna be placing on there, which is Varadero. This is beautiful. Let me just show you guys a swatch of it real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna place it over the concealer so you guys see how like this is gonna pop. Look at that. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm gonna take that and I think I'm gonna try to apply with my finger, even though with my nails I feel like it's gonna be a little bit difficult, but let's just go in with it. Apply that on there. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. I love this shade. I'm going to apply most of the pigments on there, but then I'm gonna go in with a brush and apply a more precise kind of application on the outer edges. All right. So now that I'm looking like a crazy biatch, we're gonna go in with a brush because it's just looking too messy. Apply the shadow a little bit more precise again, like I said, especially around the edges. This is kind of like already all applied. What the fuck's funky? looking like a crazy person. Okay, so once you have it looking something like that, I'm gonna go in with a brush just to blend out the edges a little bit. So I'm gonna take that brush that I was using last, and I'm just gonna take that with nothing on it right now, but I'm just gonna try and blend the edges a little bit so it doesn't look too harsh here, because I do want that to, you know, be the main focus, but I want it to be nice and blended. So I'm just gonna take the brush, especially right here in the center, and just kind of blend that in. You guys can see the difference. This one's more blended, this one is just kind of like, and I'm just gonna take a black because I do want to deepen things out. So I'm gonna take the Tati Beauty palette and just take the black from here. I'm gonna use a very tiny amount because this is black. Okay, so I'm just gonna go right in. Right in there. Alright, so there you guys can see when I tilt my head back, I pretty much have that definition on there. I'm just gonna go back with that brush. I don't have anything on it. I'm just gonna blend out that black. So it doesn't look like too much of a line just sitting there. I need a little bit of that orangey back, so I'm just gonna take Cocoa Taxi on that same brush. Just go over kind of everything, mainly right in this area. I think I like how it's looking right now. I might apply a little bit of like glitter. I was thinking maybe going in with a little bit of a metallic from the Tati Beauty palette, but this is a little bit darker than kind of what I'm going for. Like, there you guys can see it. It's definitely a little bit darker. And I don't know how that would look on top of it, so I will try that on my hand. So I'm gonna take a little bit more of a little, just kind of apply a little bit more because I feel like I lost a little bit of the intensity. Alright, so on this one I actually dipped my finger a little bit into the glitter and the metallic, and there you guys can see it. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye, because why not? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up pretty much the underneath of the eyes and kind of like, you know, finish off my face, and then I'll be right back to finish off the eyes with you. Okay, I'm back. Pretty much did my entire face. I just, you know, applied concealer, blush, bronzer, the whole shebang. But let's finish up the eyes because I feel like I've been here for hours. Low-key, have been. I really want to smoke out the lower lash line, so I think I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna take Cafecito from the Alamar Cosmetics palette. I really want this to be quite blown out on the lower lash line, so I'm just gonna take that and pretty much take it from side to side. Okay, so you guys can see that it's really nice and blended, but I'm gonna take Cocoa Taxi, this color right here, and I'm just gonna use that to really blend underneath that, so that it looks like it has like a transition. I don't want it to seem like, you know, I just went in with a brown. Like, I want it to look nice in transition, and then I'm just gonna going up, connecting everything. Oh, this blue is popping. I love this blue. All right, I'm gonna take a black. I don't know why this chair has to make so much damn noise. I'm gonna take a black kohl eyeliner, and I'm just gonna go on my top waterline and also on the lower lash line. That same brush, I'm just gonna go in with it like that, nothing on it. and make the most horrible face on earth. I think I'm gonna keep it like that. I was thinking of maybe applying a little bit of black, but I think that's gonna be a little bit too much, so let's just keep it like that. And then on the inner corners, I was thinking of taking this highlighter from this Clara Cosmetics palette. It's like it's kind of like a purpley, violety, kind of iridescent kind of highlighter, but it's like hella bright. So I think I want to take that right on the inner corner. Pop that right there on the inner corner. You guys can see it's like super popping. I had this palette for such a long time, and every time I use them, these highlighters, I'm just like, wow, they're super bright. Like, look at that. Just kind of using that tiny little brush to kind of blend it upwards. You guys can see that it's nice and blended. It's not just like, looks like a bird just pooped there on my inner corner or something. I think that is good, right? It's just enough. It's just enough. A little bit on the brow bone. A little bit of a highlight there. Alrighty, so I think that's about it. I was going to apply some mascara on the lower lashes, but I think actually looking nice like that because it's like nice and smoky. Just gonna use a little bit of lip gloss, but I'm kind of tapping it off because I don't want it to be like super intense, because I mean the eyes are already kind of like, you know, pretty intense. Alrighty guys, so that pretty much concludes this eyeshadow tutorial. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I really like it. I feel like this blue just like pops, you know, it just pops and it looks super bomb diggity. So I really like it. And just the inner corner, like, girl, you can see me from everywhere. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also give it a like to the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.